Hey. I am your humble host, Phys Ed Music, and this right here, this is Urban Politics, where politics lives. I want to thank you all for liking and subscribing as you do. Please, as soon as you have a chance after this video, you take your cell phone over to YouTube, like and subscribe, Phys Ed Music, Urban Politics. But without further ado, I want to jump right into it like a car and drive, because there's all types of tasty and delicious politics to sink our teeth into. First of all, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention that this is Black History Month, right? And I know you're thinking to yourself, Black History Month, you ain't said nothing about it. Urban Politics ain't said jack about Black History Month. Well, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to Black History Month, it's laughable to me because Black history can never be put into a month. Now, to think back in the days, it used to be Black History Week or Negro Week. Wow. To think that they was trying to fit all of Black history, even back then, into 1 week, that's redunculous, right? So the fact that we would try to do it these days in a month is crazy. I hope that a lot of Black people like myself have gotten past all that, and Black History Month don't mean nothing. Look at me. I make Black history every day, right? I live Black history every day. Black history happens every day. Black history equals the world's history. That was my first notes here. Black history equals the world's history. This is the missing link in mystery. That's what KRS-One said. That's a quote from him. But that's what he said. African history is the world's history. This is the missing link in mystery. He was 100% correct. Our history is world history. So how could you call it Black history? It ain't Black history. Our history is human history, right? Feel me? I mean, think about it. Listen. If you want to talk about Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad, that's still American history, even though it's Black history. It's a part of the whole puzzle, right? Garrett Morgan creating the traffic light and the gas mask. A brother named Freddie Figures, who owns his own cell phone company right now as we speak. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a Black man. Hugh Hefner being the financial backer to Dick Gregory. Who knew? And then a Black woman actually designed the Playboy Bunny outfit. Who knew? Once again, that's Black history, but it's actually just world history, isn't it? American history. History, period. Madam C.J. Walker, first Black female millionaire in America selling hair care products. Come on now. The Egyptians moving immense stone structures and building statues that would be hard to do today. They still try to figure out how they did some of these immense stone structures and things like that without any machines or anything like that. Stuff that, like I said, would be even hard to do today with machines and stuff. They did it without all that. How did they do that? That was Egyptians. These were Black people. But that ain't just Black history. That is world history, because that's about all of us, right? Egyptian armies defeating slave captors. A lot of people don't know that. You know, they were talking about how, I want to say that's what it was in Haiti. You know, when they're trying to get slaves and such too, but they were fighting against these Europeans, and they were winning their wars. And then even when they wrote about it here in the States, they would make sure to paint the guy in Haiti as a white person, because they did not want white people here to know that there was a Black man defeating white people in Haiti. That is Black history, but it's also just what? World history. Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. You can Google all of this, ladies and gentlemen, and please do, because I'm just touching on these things because that's all I have time to do. Because even with this, I still haven't even scratched the surface, right? And then I'd be remiss if I left out the usual suspects. Who do we always talk about on every February? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Nat Turner, Marcus Garvey, Ida B. Wells, Nikki Giovanni, Gil Scott-Heron, Sojourner Truth, Michael Jackson, Prince Rogers Nelson. Think about it. All of these is Black folk. All of this is Black history, but all of this is world history. It's human history. It's all a part of the mosaic. You cannot fit the contributions of my people in a month. You couldn't fit it in a year. You couldn't fit it in 2-3 years. My Lord, everywhere you look, Black people have seasoned it. We either invented it or we seasoned it. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. So it's laughable to me that we still hold on to this Black History Month. And I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's a good time for us to shine the spotlight on Black folk. I really think if, we got our own month, everyone needs a month, because we live in a multicultural society. We're living in a global community. We all need to know about each other. Unfortunately, most people don't like to step outside of their comfort zone and find out about other people. I talk about it on the show all the time. If I actually tell people all the time, if there's a certain population that you have a problem with or you're put off by, whether it's the disabled population, whether it's the gay population, I don't care what it is, excuse me, whether you're a person not of color and you're put off by the people of color populations, go to these places and hang out. Hang out and soak up the atmosphere and see if you don't come back and be like, you know what, these are people just like me. I don't know what my bias was about. These actually are fine people. I actually had a good time. See what I'm saying? But a lot of us have to get into that. You got to step outside your comfort zone. Go to these places where you claim you have a problem with these people and soak up the atmosphere and get your views changed, right? But the fact that, there isn't a lot of that going on. It's good that we do shine a spotlight, on people of color, on black folk, right? For Black History Month. But other cultures, there should be an Irish History Month. There should be a Persian History Month. There should be an Indian History Month. All of these places, there should be a Spanish History Month. I was watching this just popped into my head out of nowhere. I was watching a stand-up set by John Leguizamo, and I learned so much about Spanish history. Why did I have to be watching a comedy set by a comedian? But he was really, really, really going deep about Spanish history because he himself is Spanish. And it was extremely educational. But see, that is something we should be getting exposed to, at least 1 month out of the year, like we do. Like, some people, the only exposure they get to Black history is that 1 month out of the year. But my point being that for Black folk, Black history should just be, it's a formality. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of baked in the cake, but it don't mean nothing because you should be teaching history to your children every day. Everyone should be teaching the history of their own family, right, to their children. And, just so that isn't lost. You want to hold on to that. Want to hold on to that and pass it down for generations. But also just regular history, period. We should always be telling the children about that. Talking to our kids about that because they need to know these things. And who else is going to tell them if not us? So that's how I feel about Black history, though. But you know what? Another one come and went, you know what I'm saying, or come and gone. It'll be gone in a minute here, a couple of days. Shortest month of the year. I remember watching a movie. I think it might be, I'm not sure the name. I don't want to get the name wrong, so I'm not even going to say it. I think Ryan Sinakis was in. I've talked about it on the show before. And it was it was a black couple. And he was talking to the girl, and the black girl says to him, she said, "You one of those black people who think that Black History Month is in February because it's the shortest month of the year." And he said, "Isn't it?" No. But I'm not even going to tell you why that is. Google it and learn something. Because when I seen that movie, I had to Google it and I learned something. Because I ain't going to lie, I was just like him. I was just like a lot of you. I was like, ain't that why they did it like that? It's the coldest and shortest month of the year. So it's Black History Month. That's the jokes we've been making all our lives, right? Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Biden pledging undying support to Ukraine. He said he pledges support to Ukraine for as long as it takes. Woo! For as long as it takes. And wars take a long time, ladies and gentlemen. And this war is no exception to that rule. I think I reported here on this show how he pledged was it $1 trillion or 1.8 billion? It was some crazy number. I mean, it was what it was. And a lot of people were like, they're at war and they need our help and But then, there's also even a lot of Republicans like, hey, where does this thing stop? You know what I'm saying? That's something, believe it or not, I would agree with plenty of Republicans on come on now, where does this thing stop? We got so many problems here in America, but then you're going to give these people billions of dollars because they're at war. I mean, I get it, they're at war, but it's not our job to bail them out of that war. And all this money and all this support is probably not going to help in that war. It's not going to stop this conflict. So how long are we in this thing for? Is this going to turn into another Afghanistan where we're, helping these people for upwards of, 8, 9, 10 years with nothing to really show for it? I mean, what are we doing here? So we'll see. But that's what Biden said. Nikki Haley, and right now I'm just talking about some different political things that are going on. So there's that. That's an issue that's going on right now. Ukraine is at war. We want to support the Ukrainian people. We want to support the Ukrainian government. But it looks like it's coming at the expense of the American taxpayer, like it always does. We always footing the bill, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? So there's that. Nikki Haley says that she's throwing her hat in the ring. She currently has 1% within her own party. So 1% of Republicans dig Nikki Haley, but she gonna make her go at president. That's laughable. I don't think that woman will ever be president. She really does not garner too much favor with your boy here, because what happened when Trump got in there? She's one of those people who's like, Trump is this, Trump is that. And then he gave her a position. She shut up, fell under Lord King Trump, did her thing. She even supported him, said that she'd vote for him again. So I think she even, sought out his okay or whatever to throw her hat in the ring for this, which is crazy because he's also, you know what I'm saying? vying for the presidency. So you think that he gonna be cool with you trying to go up against him? And within the party, you're nowhere near as popular as Lord King Trump anyway. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what that's about, but she claims that she's thrown her hat in the ring, and we'll see what becomes of that. Let's talk about Ron DeSantis, or as Trump calls Ron DeSantis. He has not announced that he's getting in or that he's going to be running for president, but we all know he's running. We all know he's running. The posture he's had, this leading this anti-woke coalition, that's all about a run in 2024. So we know that's coming. Now they're mad at it. Now the right, their new enemies are, they mad at Lego because Lego has black and white Legos, disabled Legos, Legos that are amputees. Why are they mad about this? When they talk all this stuff and they say we're coming against wokeness, they're coming against progressive. They're coming against progression. They're coming against progressiveness. They're coming against progressive policies because these people do not want to see the country progress. They want to see it regress, right? They are not, trying to progress. They're conservative, so they want to conserve things the way that they are and not progress. That's garbage. But that's what you should hear. When you hear this anti-woke language, and that's anti-progression. That's what that is. Anti anything that's not white. Anything that's not white male. And that's what, that anti-wokeness is anti anything that's not white male. So that's what they on. That's what he on. DeSantis, he has some problems though, right? Because I guess we all know he's going to run in 2024, but what are some of the things that are going to make his run really fun and interesting for people like me who watch politics? Let me tell you. DeSantis has no personality or charisma. He's not a people person. He doesn't know how to schmooze donors. Now, this is nothing I'm saying. This is stuff is coming from other Republicans who went off record talking about the guy, saying why he's not the best candidate in the world because even though he's pretty much, a Trump puppet or a Trumplican or wants to be, the Trump alternative or Trump light, they say, one, the guy is not charismatic. Say what you want to about Trump. He's a liar and a buffoon, but the guy is interesting. He's charismatic. He knows how to keep people watching most times. You know what I'm saying? He's all about that. That's his whole thing, being from reality TV. DeSantis doesn't have any of that. And actually, to be a good politician, you have to have some of this. They were talking about how he doesn't like to schmooze donors. What business does he think he's in? That's all politicians do, is schmooze donors. That's it. And then people come to me and they'll say to me sometimes on the internet, oh, well, those bills don't write themselves. You idiot. First of all, you can't be gullible enough to think that Lindsey Graham and some of them other buffoons are going in somewhere and really writing this legislation, right? They have staffers, they have people under them who have been going to college a million years who are going to put that they worked for a Lindsey Graham or somebody like that on their resume. So they're doing whatever he tells them to do. And what he's telling them to do is to do the research. So that they can sit in a room for hours and type up this bill that he will present later. That is the way it goes. What they call that? Delegating power. Come on now. So get out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? People talk all that stuff about how, these guys do all that. No. When you're a politician, most of your time is going to be spent schmoozing donors, and he don't like to do that. I don't know what to say. I don't know what business he thought he was in, but maybe he in the wrong one. And then another thing, he has to figure out and how to articulate his stance on abortion, right? Because all these Republicans have taken this hard right line on abortion. And a lot of them have just come up and said, we think abortion should be illegal in all cases, and then some people are like, well, maybe in health of the mother. And then other people are like, well, maybe we don't need to be so hard on abortion. And then now there's this Plan B pill and the morning after pill and all this other stuff. So, and then you have some Republicans who are over here on that and say, well, the Plan B pill is not so bad. And the other people over here like, no, it's abortion too. We want all abortion to be illegal and gotten rid of. So they got problems with it there. DeSantis, like I said, he took this hard line, getting rid of abortion clinics all over the place. Same way DeWine has done here in Ohio. Yeah, DeWine, you too, buddy. Just closing down abortion clinics like 40 going north. So that's going to hurt him come 2024. That's going to hurt the entire Republican Party. I don't know what they're going to do about that. I'm dying to see what comes out with that. What kind of wording are they going to have to support that horrible view on abortion? Doing all that buffoonery and craziness they did with Roe versus Wade. Women came out in mass waves, got galvanized, got mad, let them know we won't have it. What are y'all going to do with that? And then a lot of them doubled down on it, still went ahead with some of these horrible policies in these individual states. Come 2024, they're going to have to answer for that. And there's plenty of women out there who will totally change their vote to another party all over that one issue. And we saw it in the midterms. I prophesied it here on the show. We saw it in the midterms. I'm prophesying it again. In 2024, Republican Party, you will lose woman votes. You will lose women if you keep with this hard line on abortion. You will lose them. And some of these Republican women would have voted Republican come hell or high water. There would be nothing to stop them from voting Republican. This one issue will have them voting Democrat all day, whether they admit it or not. They may not admit it. They might not tell nobody about it, right? And that's their right. They don't have to talk to nobody about how they voted. But I guarantee you, a lot of those women are going there and they're gonna rep the D because they're not trying to see the loss of abortion. They're not trying to see Roe versus Wade overturned again. So there it is, right? So DeSantis, he got to figure out what he's gonna do about that. I'm dying to see what the whole Republican Party does about it. Now, earlier, I was talking about DeSantis and his crusade against wokeness. Let's keep it moving, because you'll see there's also some other clowns getting in the act on that. Let's talk about a catastrophe that happened not too far from where I'm at right now. I'm coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio. This went down in East Palestine, Palestine. There was a train wreck, put toxins in the air and in the water. Took Biden and Buttigieg way too long to get out there and see about these people, so that was not a good look for the administration. Was not a good look for Buttigieg, who is the Secretary of Transportation, or the Transportation Secretary and whatnot. He should have been out there super quick. Took him a while to get out there. Like I said, that wasn't a good look. At TI is what a TI is. I don't think it was anything personal. I just think it was them not prioritizing. I don't know. I really can't explain why they wasn't out there quicker either, because when I saw the pictures, I was horrified. If you was looking at the news like I was looking at the news, you saw that thick plume of black smoke just bellowing into the air. Man, that smoke might still be there right now. So you can only imagine, what the air around there is like, garbage. So God forbid you live anywhere in that area. People do. And then water. Scared to drink the water. The people who live around there are afraid to drink the water. Of course, they should be. All types of toxins and stuff spilled into the water. So what's going to be done about that? Like I said, it took Biden and Buttigieg way too long to get out there. But whatever, they got out there. DeWine and other Republicans have been on TV drinking the water, trying to prove that it's safe. Here we go with like a Flint scenario all over again. You got all these Republicans coming in because remember, right? This happened here in Ohio. This is a Republican state. Well, for whatever. We have a Republican governor, Mr. DeWine, right? You know what I'm saying? So for whatever reason, they still want to claim that, Ohio is a red state. And actually, forget that, it is a red state. A lot of times when you see that voting map, you see a whole lot of red. The only blue patches you see are the cities. So like Cincinnati is Democrat. Columbus is Democrat. Dayton is Democrat. Cleveland is Democrat. But then some of these other places, huge Republican, huge conservative. Right now here I am in Columbus. Hilliard is a conservative suburb. Dublin is a conservative suburb. Upper Arlington is a conservative suburb. These are places that surround Columbus. They're all Republican. They're all conservative. And if you don't believe me, go Google it. I don't have to Google it. I've been to these places. I already know how these people are voting. I've had long conversations with them. Anyway, so that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The federal government reached out to East Palestine. The officials over there said that they had it handled. This is real talk, ladies and gentlemen. So when you see all these Republicans on TV talking about how Biden ain't did this, Buttigieg ain't did this, where is this administration on East Palestine? They reached out to them and they claimed that they were cool. Now, here's what Republicans love to do. They love to rebuff Democratic help and Democratic legislation just so they can still run over here and talk about what Democrats aren't doing. They love to use natural disasters as political footballs. And that's what's going on right here in East Palestine. If you don't believe me, you can Google it, ladies and gentlemen. But they reached out to them. They said they were cool. They had it handled. Yeah. But then you still have Republicans who will jump on TV and talk about what Biden ain't doing, what this administration isn't doing. Don't be fooled by that. You know, really, this is in the DeWine's lap. And I don't know why. Well, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I do know why he's allowing it to go on and doing this, because DeWine and J.D. Vance want to claim that Biden is not helping because of the residents' whiteness. Wow. Now, I don't know whose mouth that came out of, but man, somebody really needs to, it's a family show. Let me chill out. But somebody in the Republican Party needs to speak sanity to insanity, because that is insane. Really? Really? So Biden's not helping the people of East Palestine because of their whiteness. Really? And that's what they're going to say, yeah, now we have this woke administration who doesn't, and then Tucker Carlson got a hold of the story, of course, and now he's pushing that narrative on the right, too. Talking about favored cities. I think that's what he called favored cities, like Detroit, like your other inner cities with people of color. Those are the favored cities of Mr. Biden's administration. That is garbage. And I'm like, really? So here we have, once again, the Republican Party trying to play victim. Are you serious? No. The people of East Palestine, Ohio aren't getting help because DeWine is playing games, right? He wants to rebuff that help from the federal government so he can sit there and talk about what they ain't doing. Sir, can we help you? No, I don't need your help. These guys aren't even helping. They're not even trying to help me. What? Tell them I don't need his help. I don't want it. They're not even caring about you all. They don't care. You all are forgotten people. We want to help these forgotten people. Shut up. We don't need your help. That's what's literally going on. That's the other narrative they're running with, forgotten people. These are forgotten people. For years in this country, it's always been the right's playbook to what? Play poor white people against poor black people, because all of them are poor and we're going to keep on taking their money. That's what the government does. And that's, here we go again. Here they go again. Like they boy, the Republican god, Ronald Reagan used to say, there they go again. And there they go again with that garbage. So DeWine and J.D. Vance are on that Brooklyn Bull-ish again, talking about, that Joe Biden is not helping the people of East Palestine because of their whiteness. That is the most redonkulous thing I've ever heard in my life. And I am not saying that Joe Biden is perfect or a perfect politician, or I appreciate or agree with all of his policies. But if I know anything, I know that is just incorrect information, right? So if you believe it, I got some land in Florida I want to sell you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guess what? We're done with that. Before I get out of here, because I see my time is drawing nigh, let's talk about my beer of the week. This is actually an IPA. It's a double IPA. And this is a good one. It is 8.0% alcohol. Woo-wee. Beware the friendly dragon. Beware the friendly dragon. Who knew dragons could be friendly, right? This is a beer by North High Brewery. Brewed to be shared. It said a deceivingly drinkable hazy IPA showcasing Nielsen Sauvin, El Dorado, and Citra hops. Beware, for the dragon isn't as friendly as he may seem. Wow, that's cool right there. And this is some good beer. Yes, beware the friendly dragon. Double IPA. So it's a double hit. You know what I'm saying? That 8.0% alcohol, let me tell you what, you're going to feel that, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Something else I got a hold of. I had never had this before. Maybe you had this pineapple parmesan. Yeah. I had no idea, man. I've never had that. And as you can see, it's almost going. I think I got it on Friday because it's delicious, ladies and gentlemen. Tastes great. So if you're looking for some good beverages, those are two good ones. But do not forget about my beer of the week, my IPA of the week, Beware the Friendly Dragon. By North High Brewing Company. Great beer. All right, that is my time. I'm out of here. I am Phys Ed Music. This right here is Urban Politics. I want to thank you all for liking and subscribing as you do. Please, as soon as you have a chance, take your little cell phone over to YouTube. Like and subscribe. Phys Ed Music, Urban Politics, where politics lives. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, see you around like a donut.